To the Sky Talk for the week of February 15th through the 22nd, 2021. And we are at evening time on Monday the 15th. We've got a beautiful view of our western horizon. It's a little bit too cold outside to be doing this, so hey, we can do it right here on video watching this. I'm trying to get full screen. Okay, so here we go, a little fast forwarding to our evening sunset. As you can tell, I'm speeding up the time, which you can see at the bottom here. Sunset is around 5:30 officially. Sun is below the horizon right now, and as it gets darker out, we are going to be able to see stars. There's the first one right there. And there's more. That's the Great Square of Pegasus showing up in the west, kind of balancing on a corner. We're going to see satellites zip by much faster than they normally would because I'm fast forwarding time, because I want to get to full dark, maybe 6:30, 7 o'clock. That's the time that it's finally fully dark now, since we're adding 2.5 minutes every single day as we head towards summertime. Lots of satellites zipping by. And let's pause here. We're at 6:40. I'll even stop time altogether. Let's check this out. We have our night sky tonight. Now, in the west, there's not a lot of really bright stuff. If I turn just a little bit to the left and face more like south-southwest, oh man, just a beautiful, beautiful view of the winter sky. South in February is absolutely perfect for spotting Orion the Hunter, the big rectangle, and his belt points to Taurus the bull. That letter V is the face of the bull. His hunting dog is there. Right here is the big dog. Sirius is a star in that constellation. It's the brightest star in our sky. And here are some other nearby constellations that just aren't quite as bright, but they're there. This is the winter triangle, Procyon, Betelgeuse, and Sirius. If you look up higher in the sky, above Orion, we've got Gemini the twins, and Capella is a really bright star, almost straight up. Your neck would get sore if you continually looked at it. It's a mama goat. It's a mama goat and two kids that are being held by a chariot driver right there. All of these are up in the sky tonight, in the southern sky. If I go a little to the left, be facing a little bit more east, and we'll have not a lot of real bright stars in the east. You know, if you look back to the right, that moon was up. Let's go to the moon. Oh, there it is. So right there is the moon. Tonight, the 15th, it's a waxing crescent. We had a new moon on the 11th just a couple days ago, so it was next to the sun a couple days ago. And now every day it's moving a little bit to the left. Let's watch where it goes this week. I'm going to go out a little bit so we can watch this. Monday's the 15th, Tuesday the 16th. It'll be a little bigger and a little up and to the left. Wednesday the 17th. On Thursday the 18th, it's going to be next to Mars on the day that Perseverance is scheduled to land on Mars. So if you happen to notice the moon near this red dot, I want you to know that that might be Perseverance night, Thursday the 18th. We'll get more into that in just a moment. It's getting bigger, the crescent. If we head to Friday the 19th, it's near Taurus the bull. There's that letter V. And on the 20th, it's a half moon, and it's getting bigger. It could be at waxing gibbous already. Yeah, I think waxing gibbous on the 20th. And so all week long, we're going to have this beautiful moon growing as it moves across our south-southwestern sky. And then next week, it'll be a gibbous moon in the east. So if we go back to today, and I'm doing this on Monday the 15th, that's what we'll be set at. We head towards the east. This is the direction where we end up seeing the sunrise. If you look off to the left, you can also kind of see the Big Dipper right here. And the Big Dipper can guide you to the Little Dipper. The last two stars in the saucepan will lead you right there. There's Little Dipper. And I also spot, and early, it's only 6:40, I can see Leo the Lion just rising in the eastern horizon right around 6:40. So Leo the Lion is coming up, getting a little more a little more of an easy spot in the evening sky since we actually are heading towards March. So let's have time go on. I want to go to sunrise because there's a neat planet thing going on this week. And you can't really see it. That's the thing. Sometimes there's neat planet things going on that we can easily see. Sometimes there's planet things that go on that we can't see so well because they happen during the day, or they're very near the sun during the day, during just about daytime. What I mean is right at sunrise, we've got 3, 4 planets that are actually right next to the sun. But because they're right next to the sun, they're not very easy to spot. So here we are at 6:04 a.m. The sun rises at about 6:40. You can already see the words Mercury and Saturn. Let's zoom in a little bit right there onto the horizon. See, the problem is you wouldn't be able to see these because the sky is already starting to glow because the sun is right behind the horizon there. If I zip forward a little bit, we'll see some satellites going by. And as Mercury and Saturn rise higher, the sky is getting brighter. Jupiter is not too far behind. That's a satellite. That's a bright one. And Mercury is also there, but it is so close to the sun that it is impossible to see even at sunrise. And there's Venus really close to the sun as well. I'm going to change our perspective here for a moment. We're going to go to a view way out in space. We're going to go to a view that looks like this. So now we're way out on February 15th. We're looking at the solar system. There's the Earth. And if I go a little bit to the side, look, you can see these planets, these 4 planets are all kind of in a line with the sun and the Earth. You can barely see right there. Mercury is there. We've got Earth, Mercury, Sun, Venus, Jupiter, and Saturn all in a line. These lineups happen all the time, folks. Let's go a little bit closer so you can see these inner planets. Right there with Earth, we've got Mercury right here, Venus right here. And what does that look like from Earth? Well, during the day, they would look like they're all very close to each other, but we wouldn't be able to see them because of that pesky sun. Now, Venus is on its way. We call it around the bend. Venus goes this way in its orbit, and it's just about to be perfectly behind the sun. Let's fast forward a little bit. I'm going to just let it go, and we're going to fast forward. Here we are, late February. They're perfectly lined up in late February. We're already past that date. And the cool thing is, by the end of April, Venus is now starting to catch back up to the Earth. Let's change that perspective again. And what's going to happen is we're going to start to be able to see Venus on the other side of the sun, which means instead of early morning, this is early evening. Right after sunset, by the end of May, we'll be able to see Venus in the evening sky. So here we are, June 3rd, and it is clearly enough away from the sun, and in a couple of weeks, it's going to be even better to see it in the evening sky. So there's planets to be seen, but they're almost impossible to be seen this week because of their lineup. Mars is the only one that we're able to see in our evening sky right now if we go back to actual time, meaning when we're on the dark side, we can look towards the west and see Mars. The other cool thing we have going this week is this Perseverance rover. It's a lot like the Curiosity rover from 2012. It's going to do a similar landing technique. You might remember the 7 minutes of terror last time, because there's 7 minutes where there's no communications and we don't really know what's happening. And it's the scariest part of the landing for the rover because it's the part where it could be damaged or some kind of catastrophe could happen. But it's going to have the parachute. It's going to have these jet thrusters that will guide it and allow it to land right here next to what looks like some mountains. Well, it's right at the edge of a crater in this huge basin. The Chorizo crater is right here. And here's what it looks like a little closer up. The landing site is right here at the edge. It's because it looks like a river delta. Scientists think that this was running water. Oh, a long, long time ago. They think it was running water a long time ago, and it made this delta. And they're going to try to land right at the edge of that delta. And there's a crater within actually that delta, but this right here is where they hope to land. And what the goal is, they're looking for some chemical markers of life. The scientists are going to core samples out from the rock, and they're going to look for tiny microscopic pieces of evidence of material that chemically would indicate there might have been life, because we know there isn't life on Mars right now. I mean, there's been movies made about it, I know, and there's lots of science fiction about Martians, extraterrestrial beings that are from Mars. But we've flown over Mars so many times. We've taken so many surface pictures. We know they're not going to find ET or UFOs like this. That's not what they're looking for. They're looking for ancient evidence of life in this crater area, in this area right here inside the Chorizo crater. So that'll be neat to watch, and here's how you do it. You go to the main mars.nasa.gov site. There is oodles of information here. I mean, tons. And if you want, you can do the overview and stuff on the bottom here. Or if you go up here to timeline, if you really want to go just watch the launch or the landing itself, it'll take you to this. And this is what I recommend. Go to this timeline here and scroll down till you get to the live landing. All these live apps are going to be streaming it live. You can watch it in Spanish. You can watch it on NASA JPL as well. Here's a NASA JPL site. If you go to jplnasa.gov, you can watch it on YouTube. It starts at about 1:15, most of the streams, 1:15 Central, and about 2:55 p.m. Central. That's when the Perseverance is going to land. So if you want to check those out, that'll be kind of a neat thing to do on Thursday, the 18th. And enjoy these days that are getting a little bit longer. And I promise you they will get warmer soon. And I will see you next week for the Sky Talk from the U46 School District Planetarium. Happy sky watching.